Good morning, student. Now we continue our chapter number 5, organizing, and the today's topic is organization structure. In the book you find out there are 4 structures which are categorized into the 2 parts. Okay, let's see on the board. That is today organization structure. You find out the 2 structure. The first one is functional and second one is divisional. The other 2 structure that you find in that book that is informal and second one is formal. Sometimes students are getting confused in that topic, how we identify that they are asking about divisional structure or functional structure or formal or informal structure. The thing that you have to be remember before solving your case study is that the functional and divisional structure, these both structures depend on line of production. When the case study is about the structure, line of structure and the product manufacturing, that means they are asking about functional or divisional structure. How we identify? The question is about functional structure and divisional structure. When there is a same line of production, that is a functional, and when there is a diversification, that is diversity, more than one field, more than one line of production, that is called divisional structure. Let's take an example. If we are asking about a Levi's company that is manufactured only the clothes, then they have to follow the functional structure of in their organization. If we are asking about Reliance company is working in the petrochemicals, they are working in communication, they are working in clothing merchant and many other sectors on which Reliance company is engaged. On this case, the organization follow divisional structure. Okay. Now come to the next structure which further mentioned in the book, that is informal and other one is formal. In English you have written, you have studied about the 2 letters that are formal and informal. Formal letters are those letters which are used for business purposes or the office purposes, and informal that are letter to relatives. So similarly, when we are asking about, we are following the complete rules and regulation of a company in completing our task, and there is a question arising about the rules and regulation, then there is a complete formal or informal structure. First of all, you have to identify in these 2 types what kind of structure asking. The first group is that and the second group is that. Okay, you have to identify first group, then you identify the correct section. So if there is a complete line of communication, fixed line of communication, complete designation is followed, then it is a formal organization. And when there is a free flow of communication, everyone is dependent, everyone is free to take their decision, then the question is about informal organization. Okay, this is the basic that you have to be learn, you have to be take in your memory, so that you can easily identify about the organizational structure. Let's come to the topic, page number 117, organization structure. Today we are discuss about only functional structure, its features, its merits and some of their limitation. Let's have a look. First of all, look at that organization structure. As organization grow and coordinates become difficult due to the emergence of the new function and increase in the structural hierarchies, thus an organization functions smoothly and face environmental changes, it becomes necessary to pay attention to its structure. So the organization structure can be defined as a framework which it needs managerial aid and operating the task are performed. It specifies the relationship between the work and resources because it helps us to identify the relationship between authority and responsibility. It also provides the framework which enables the organization to work smoothly and regulate the complete rules and regulation of the company, integrates and regulation coordinating the responsibility and departments. So this is called organization structure. So the types that we discussed today on the basis of the line of production, they are categorized into the two parts, that is functional and divisional. Function structure that are that grouping of jobs of similar nature. जैसे एक कंपनी है वो लेदर गुड्स ही बना रही है, वो लेडीज पर्स और शूज बनाती है, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड दे वांट टू डाइवर्सिफाई, बट दे इंट्रोड्यूस वन न्यू लाइन ऑफ प्रोडक्शन that is of the same raw material. They are producing the men's wallet and shoes. Then they also follow the functional structure because the line of production would be the same. At page number 120, there are given a flow chart that is managing department, and it can be categorized into further 4 departments. The first one is human resources. Second one is marketing. Third one is research and development. And the last one is about purchasing. If we take the example of leather goods, then purchasing department purchase the same raw material for the ladies group and for the men's group. Same. Human resources would be the same. Marketing department would be the same, and research and development working in the same, that is shoes manufacturing. Now the advantages of this organization structure is that the functional structure has many advantages. The first one, because please underline the words that I mentioned in that points, because they are coming in the points, but in examination you have to be written at the heading form. The first advantage that you have written in your book, that is specialization, it mentioned in the point, you have to be underline it because you made it as a heading. Specialization, a functional structure leads to occupational specialization since emphasis is placed on specific function, because these are the 4 heads and these 4 heads are capable in their work and they are working with their complete expertise, and they are doing their best work to improve their performance in their related department. The next point, it promotes control and coordination with the each department. They have to be coordinated with each department because purchasing department is related to the marketing. If marketing department give them the correct number of sales, number of units demand in the market, so that the purchasing department purchase the raw material in a right quantity. The third advantage is complete efficiency is there because everyone has to be identified, has to be look after their own department only, so they have to be complete their work with the 100% accuracy. Minimum duplication of work is there because work is divided into the subordinates and they have to be give their reporting to their MD, that is their authority. So there is a no duplication of work, no overlapping of work, and no wasteful activity. They are not follow the trial and error approach. They are only give their best performance. It makes the training of employee also. For example, there are 100 members under the managing department. Managing department distribute these 100 members to them. These are 4 heads, and they have left of 24, 24, 24, 24, and these 4 total 4 heads are there, and in 24 in each department, that is 96, total 100. Now each department head know about their 24 subordinates, If there is some lacking behind in their skills and their training, they provide them proper education and the training schedules. It ensures the different functions to get due attention, and they are paying their 100% attention to their subordinates. Despite all these so many advantages, there are some disadvantages also. That is also a limitation of this group. The first limitation is that functional structure places the less emphasis on overall enterprises, because they are only related to their departments. They make their environment, they make their area limited, because they are not concerning about their other departments. They are responsible only the on department being capable. The marketing head if being capable for the research and development, but they never cooperate with the other due to their egotism, and some communication gap. It may lead to problem in coordination. Sometimes there is a coordination gap also, and conflicts is so many there, because everyone is related to their and responsible to their entire group. So they are not responsible for the other departments less performance. They are not taking responsible for that. So there is a conflict of interest may arise when the interest of two or more, for example, the sales department insisting on a customer friendly design, may cause difficulty in the production department if they are not coordinating and not giving the proper feedback of their customer to the related production department. The last disadvantages, it may lead to inflexibility, as people within the same skill and knowledge base develop a narrow perspective and thus have difficulty in approaching the others. Functional leads to getting training for the top management position, because they are unable to get better experience in the diverse condition. Now come to suitability. It's only possible, this structure is only suitable when the size of organization is large and diversified activities and operation require a high degree of specialization, because in this functional structure only they are working only on a specialization structure. So this is the topic of today. In the next video we are discussing about divisional structure. Please go through the topics and read it briefly. Thank you. Bye bye.